Welcome back YouTube for another WildRift video. You already know there has been a significant change when it comes to AD carries and their crit itemization. The ruined version of Infinity Edge has been nerfed into oblivion, but there's something very interesting that we are about to see here. It's a complete on-hit CAITLYN build, but featuring a Lulu. So disclaimer comes in right now. This build is only fully functional if you have a Lulu. If you don't have a Lulu, do not go for this. The reason is the following. CAITLYN attack speed is not very high, and usually crit will be more optimal. However, with the Lulu you gain a lot more attack speed as well as on-hit bonus damage, because a Lulu is basically another set of items that you basically put on any AD carry. With that in mind, the higher attack speed will allow you to deal more damage thanks to the Pig's passive hitting every single time you do an auto attack. So with this in mind, it's a lot of extra added damage that will completely outvalue everything else. Nonetheless, usually you just go crit. You can also normally go crit with this build, so keep that one in mind. But here we have a very interesting constellation of items, and with a Lulu, wonders are possible. I'm not going to say that this is going to be the best build or way better than crit. I'm just saying this is an alternative that with the nerf of Infinity Edge has come to light. That is not the worst, obviously not the best, but yeah. So when it comes to laning, CAITLYN is one of the most oppressive champions in the game, however it requires a lot of effort. This champion has high range, but the damage of the champion is relatively low compared to other AD carries. She lost a lot of AD through her existence, and for example I think Draven has like 12 more on level 1. And Draven is quite the aggressive champion. And CAITLYN lost a lot of her AD for whatever reason, right? Just doesn't like her. Nonetheless, on the Chinese server with the Chinese API, the champion has a very high win rate simply because it's a very toxic laning champion. Oh no, what is the Samira doing? They just fed the CAITLYN 2 kills and a free reset. Didn't clear the way fast enough, had to instantly kill it so it crashes instantly. Now she's forced to stay a little bit longer. Gets the AoE healing? Yes. So, to my full understanding, it heals everyone on the map, or random people. I do not completely understand, and if it does, you might get an assist from Narnia. So if you've encountered this, please let me know in the comments below, and by the way, interact with the video to increase the interaction, and therefore trigger the algorithm. Because many times there are many things I say during this video that are completely unrelated to the game itself, but more about like meta things or generally other things that happen in the game that are like in the game WildRift that are very interesting to know about or hear about, because many people don't know, because unless you just dive deep into the game, just nobody will tell you. Okay, Lee Sin about to gank with the nicely placed ward earlier on the Croc camp, so we have complete information on the enemy jungle, knowing early enough what is about or what could happen, so we can't get surprised by a Lee Sin gank. Also, pretty cool mechanic of CAITLYN. Against champions such as Akali, Lee Sin, etc., you can use your trap as a wall, because dashes are cancelled when they meet a CAITLYN trap, unless you are unstoppable. If that then happens, they are completely free food, as they are also revealed. That is very powerful against champions like Akali. I don't know if it cancels her... I don't know if it cancels her second ability if she goes again into stealth. Because revealing and true vision are like, you know, two different things, and Riot is rather stingy when it comes to that one. But yeah, CAITLYN is a champion that always wants to be played from ahead. You want to constantly push your lead. Oh my god, this combo, it's just no survival. So, what just happened? Karma has the most broken and most reliable CC out of all the ranged champions that you can play in bot lane. And once she applies her second ability, she will always guarantee, unless... if she applies the empowered second ability, she will always guarantee, if the enemy doesn't flash away, that they'll get rooted, and therefore her ultimate ability will also hit. And they are all spells that can be utilized by Samira, and if the Lee Sin also comes around the corner, you'll be kicked around, you'll be thrown around like a tennis ball, and there's no way you can survive. are very unfortunate that they didn't get the cancel on the reset. Would have been beautiful. But what can you do? Now the Smear is getting absolutely bullied on the tower. Q hits, that also hits. Keep in mind, like, placing traps in places next to towers or behind towers that people can't see due to the nature of the tower. Like, if you look above the tower, there's like a place where the peak of the tower just blocks your vision, so you can't see pixels behind it. And if you place a trap there, it becomes impossible to spot that unless you have seen it before, and then you might just walk there, get trapped, and get full comboed by CAITLYN. Because what you can also do on CAITLYN, you can layer your headshots. If you hit an enemy with your trap and your third ability, you'll have 2 headshots. It's like stacked, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. It's a pretty cool mechanic when you play CAITLYN because it's a lot of extra damage, but that is mainly a thing that comes to real fruition in terms of damage when you play crit, because the headshot modifier for crit is pretty damn high, as well as the modifier for the ultimate. And yeah, like if we compare AD carries in the power level, CAITLYN is not even close to one of the most powerful AD carries. Because if CAITLYN doesn't win lane, she requires 4 items to be relevant again, and that is only being relevant. But other champions such as Varus, they can be 0-10, 1 item, and they can kill you. The same applies to suddenly Kai'Sa on 3 items. If you have 5, she can still kill you. She can also kill your tanks. Ezreal right now, he doesn't necessarily need to be ahead to deal damage thanks to PTA, as well as the items that are in place. So I'm curious in this game, and let me know in the comments what you believe. How much damage and how fast will she attack? Because this is most definitely an off-meta build. A complete off-meta build. Like, this has nothing to do with the meta in any way. And funnily enough, if you play into tanks, right? If you play into full tanks that have like 6, 5, 4,000 HP as an AD carry, even if you go full crit, the best last item you can build is probably still going to be Blade. Because now we have reached a point where champions have such high HP thanks to Heartsteel, that Blade of the Ruined King will provide you with stats that are a lot better than any other item in the late game. Because it provides you with attack speed, which you desire, AD, which you desire, lifesteal, which you desire, and percentage current HP damage, which is something you also do kinda desire, especially if the enemy champions have a lot of health. And since you've already pen stacked at that point, you'll deal a lot more damage than with other items on this slot. And this is something that you have to keep in mind when it comes to these champions, that all these champions have very niche itemization at specific slots. And with these slots taken properly, you can actually increase your damage by so much that you become a totally different champion. Lee Sin kick connects, Q connects as well, gets completely annihilated because it's the Lee Sin champion, so you only have to hit a Q and you just instantly die. Because the kick will instantly make sure you will be thrown into the next season. So let's skip these death parts. So as you see, so far right now, she's not really in a prime position to carry. She is the driving force on her team, has 8 KP of 10, 5 kills of 10. So she is in fact the only one that isn't necessarily hard losing, considering just the score, not taking anything else into account. Now, without a Lulu on the team, I would say this game is borderline impossible to play, because the CAITLYN will not be given the room or space to carry, because she will simply lack damage to do so. However, with the Lulu provides her with HP, shielding, and effective damage as well as attack speed. So with all this in mind, this game is still very much winnable. Cassid, look at the damage onto the Cassid and the Blade passive procced. Terminus also being stacked up, lethal tempo on top as well. It's going to be a very interesting sequence of events very soon at the moment this dragon spawns, because this dragon will create a zone in which people are going to fight for it. And oh, look, this is what I mean. Look at the Lee Sin damage. But thankfully, there's a Lulu in play. What was his ultimate though? But thankfully there's a Lulu in place, so for the future... Kassadin, bro? I know you're Kassadin. I know you're Kassadin, but come on now. Funnily enough, I think if the person's terminus wasn't stacked... Was it stacked? I think so. I think she might have died because of the magic resistant reduction. But yeah, if you play a carry champion and you go onto a 80 and onto an 80 carry with a Lulu next to them, and you hope to win, yeah, that's rarely gonna work out unless you're ridiculously fed. Exhaust being hit here as well. CAITLYN on the front row. Lee Sin makes his appearance. We need traps in the way so that Lee Sin can't just walk through. We need to use the... Ooh, the Kassadin makes his reappearance, but there are so many traps in the way so the enemy can't just magically reach. Samira in the front line goes in, gets one kill. Lee Sin on the chase down, connects the Q, will kill the CAITLYN because it's so much damage. The Lee Sin has 3 items, yeah. He has Yuba's Ghostblade, Draktar, and Eclipse. So, and even armor pen boots. Like, he would deal more damage, of course, with Edge of Night, but that is not really relevant. But he has 3 items, which is the relevant part here, and 2 of them have armor pen and the boots as well. So the CAITLYN barely has any armor, especially if the Lee Sin also has sudden impact. So, because the Eclipse then has such high AD values, the damage it deals simply will be enough to just kill the CAITLYN. But he would have had the same result with any other item, because of the other items he chose to build, and while as Lee Sin. Damage happening. You see, it's quite a lot of damage considering it's not even a crit CAITLYN. The Karma is zooming around the map, being the little minion of the Lee Sin, rooting and knocking down people just so they can't play. Lee Sin doesn't connect the Q. Lulu wastes the Veil. No, we don't have Veil available. Yeah, okay, good one. I'm German after all. I think we all notice now. Kassadin is invading and trying to look for a trap as it seems. If the Lulu is close... Bro, we knew it. And the Lulu nearly messed it up, because... this could have been so much better. Yeah, Samira, you have to flash away, and you'll probably still get ran down because of Ghostblade. Nice polymorph by the Lulu. Karma tries to slow people down, but I don't know why she's trying to go for the Lulu there. She's still very tanky, has Stoneplate, but the CAITLYN is gunning everyone down with the power of Runance. As you see, so many hits to the left and right. However, the Runance is not proccing the Lulu picks, so you have to keep that in mind. But it procs any other on-it effects like Red Buff, as well as Bled the Rune King, Terminus, Wit's End, like any other normal on-it effect. Ardent Sensor, Zeke's Convergence, so please Lulu, get Zeke's. Because that would be another bonus on-it effect. Oh, but maybe she doesn't have enough AD. Nah, she should have enough AD. Just need to be careful to do it early, like what you do in late game as a Lulu. Most of the time you just ult preemptively if you have Zeke's, just to make sure that your AD carry gets the buff, like you know that the AD carry gets the buff, because Zeke's will look for the highest AD champion on your team to give them the Zeke's bonus, and if a Darius gets a reset, I hate to break it to you, he has so much AD, no AD carry can compare in terms of raw AD, and therefore the Zeke's will go to the Darius. I love Runance in League of Legends WildRift. It is so stupid. Look at this little machine gun. Kog'Maw when? Where is my Kog'Maw? Okay, let's take a look again what just happened. We are getting kicked into our faces for more than 50% of our HP bar. Just a kick, by the way. And we have 3 Terminus stacks. This is just a kick. The Lulu could have played this perfectly, technically speaking. If she ulted properly, the Lee Sin couldn't have killed the CAITLYN, because the CAITLYN could have been ulted by the Lulu, and the knockup of the Lulu could have avoided the Lee Sin dash, and therefore the CAITLYN could have potentially survived. But yeah. Damage in WildRift, time to kill, funny. Yeah, and here's mortal reminder. This guy has so much damage, it's absurd. Leasing kick again. The Lulu is so tanky though. They're chasing the Lulu. Okay, they stopped the chase. CAITLYN is on the case. Aatrox is being trapped here. Honestly speaking, like let us look. Okay, let us take a look at the DPS CAITLYN does with auto attacks, okay? Okay, now let's take a look at the Q. Yeah, she actually lost so much damage casting Q and positioning compared to just auto attacking. Because CAITLYN Q has a high AD scaling, but obviously if you don't have a lot of AD, I don't think it does much. And since she has so much attack speed as well as a Lulu, the auto attacks should just be a lot better. Need to be on CAITLYN theme. Because CAITLYN is just better. Baron and the next dragon are on the map right now. 11, 5, and 4 is this CAITLYN. 19 kills, 15 KP. So she's definitely the driving force, as I said earlier in this game. And she just doesn't like AD, she just wants more attack speed. It's the attack speed CAITLYN build. There's just one item that doesn't have attack speed. If you count out the boots, that is. Karma is being gunned down for the tank she was. 3 people dead, and now we have Nasha on our hands. The only savior that can now change the course of this one is going to be the Kassadin. 60 minutes into the game, he should be a relevant player right now. So does the CAITLYN place down the wall of traps? Does she actually make sure that nobody can enter? Wall of traps being placed down, safety net is being put down, just one more trap just to make sure the Aatrox can't enter. The trap isn't placed down, but the Aatrox just fails and goes in, the Kassadin as well. They fail the attempt, they both die, and now everything is given to them for free. This CAITLYN is filthy rich. You see the on-hit bonus magic damage per auto attack this CAITLYN is putting out. It's quite a lot of bonus magic damage, so with the Lulu it's only gonna get more. And since it's CAITLYN and she hits multiple people at the same time with the power of Runans, you see she's just passively killing them because the range is so stupid of this item. It's such a broken item. And that way they just end the game, because now the Lee Sin, what is the Lee Sin gonna do? Just kick everyone and hope you win, but you won't do it fast enough. And that way they just end the game. Thank you all for watching. And let's see if there are clips in the end. No, but there are always builds at the end, so please check out their channel description below. It's very important to me that you give them the spotlight they deserve. And make sure to leave a comment for the algorithm to make it start brrr and stuff. And we'll see each other for more content very soon. I haven't forgotten about any of the more detailed guides, don't you worry gamers. Check out our Patreon, we have some coachings posted there, updated early tier lists, as well as some other information. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see each other for more content very soon. Take care ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy your beautiful day.